Welcome to a surprise episode of What If Were Days of Silver Editing. And well, I don't expect anything too much because the view count is very, very low. But well, if I don't do it for myself, why do I even bother? Yeah. So, for my custodians of lumicity or something like that. Uh, yeah. That Universe Justice League. Um, I'm just looking for a third backer, and because Metamorpho is part of the members, or at least the part that universe version of him. So yeah, let's be honest. Simon Stagg is a good choice, but like I usually do, most of them are a amalgamation between the Earth One and Earth Two. So yeah, what to use for the Metamorpho for Earth 2. No one really comes to mind. So I picked one of them at random. I couldn't pick Robot Man because I really want to mix it with Robot Man from Doom Patrol, or if you're more familiar with the other, this Robot Man Earth 2 is just a robot superhero. Not much to say. You have to have also the Steel hero, which is probably the most akin to a Captain America for DC. I could have picked Starman. I could have picked Crimson Adventure. But the superhero I chose to combine it is an underpowered superhero called the Sandman. The Sandman is a superhero that akin to Batman, has no superpowers, but uses a gas gun to put his enemies to sleep. With sleep, I just mean sleep, not the eternal one. Yeah, still recording. I forgot to put his name, but the Sandman is a Jewish superhero, as a star, like Batman has his own Robin that later became a superpowered thing, and oh, that's it. Um, Metamorpho is a superhero that can change shape, akin to Plastic Man. Let's be honest, I could have used Plastic Man for that, but uh, too late. Bu- 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 But Metamorpho can only take shapes of the elements. In the BoS Silver universe, there are 10 elements, so that really makes it very powerful. So, now we're going to the super villains in this case that we have chosen as But at its base, the R2 is nothing special. That is Raymond Kelser, better known as the first, one of the first Doctor Deaths of R2, and well, poisoned his fiancées, and one of his would-be victims was the sister of Sandman's fiancée. At least that is what I read about him. So, I really need to smash this, or else it is not enough amalgamation, is it? The one version is rather more interesting, and really made this appearance in many Batman cartoons. Because Metamorpho is engaged to his daughter, and he made the accident happen to get away from the fiancé for his daughter that he just couldn't stand. It depends really what it really depends what version we're talking about, because most of the time he's just a CEO of a company called Stagg Enterprises, and at least in one of the appearances he also became a metamorpho mutant or something like that. So, how do we Metamorpho himself had later a child with that man's daughter, and that also started to have a mutation, but they managed to cure the little fella. I remember it was his son, but I'm not really sure. There are also many other Metamorpho characters, not with the same history, and even not the same name as the original hero. But in this case, I decided to put the backstory in a little bit whack. So I make him, instead of the father-in-law, I make him the brother-in-law. Well, still so was still up hostile between now his brother-in-law. The father was a little less hostile, but he used still his distrust and oath protecting of his daughter to put Donald and So we call this character Clovis Sulfur. It is an spin on Raymond. Ray is also Ray means king, and Clovis isn't king's name. And Stagg and Cos I decided to give him later fire powers, because when his little nephew was born, the truth came out that his son and his brother-in-law was the superhero. What's it called? Let's see. I still can't change that, of course. But the malformer. Well, he couldn't care less about his brother-in-law. His little nephew was another story. I was able to distract most of the elements out of the child. And a side effect, well, some of the powers were sent his way. And as far as the world knew, he only has fire powers. Clovis is a character married to his job. So despite his brother-in-law and his sister trying to hook him up with many other women, and even in case a few men, he rejected them all. Of course, the Malformer's most dominant attack forms are sand. To be more surprised for the Sandman origin. Of course, the fire powers really don't hinder him that much, because he's one of Quema's CEOs. The element was playing fire. So while having superpowers is a bit odd, it really gives him a bit more leeway in inspecting his more literally hot enterprises. He also has a halfling shuffler, because Simon Stagg has a somewhat caveman as an I still have to look for a name. The Sulfur Company. There. Of course, Clovis can appear more heroic than he seems, because despite him having yeah, made-up powers, he still hates the made-up community. But he doesn't shy away from saving people with his powers. And rarely disposing his opponents with his powers, because it knows it can be tracked back to him. As for the father, uh, he died from a heart attack trying to shield his own son. From attack by supervillains, where the nearby superheroes were bound to protect them, but failed, of course, in his eyes. It's also one of the reasons why he is so hostile when people are trying to set him up with somebody. because he just doesn't want to repeat the fiasco that happened to his nephew. Let's face it, if he ever had a job, he probably may be a made it too. Of course, the real reason why he hated the superhero in the first place was nothing about the superpowers, but mostly because he was part of an ethnic group that was not really popular. But luckily he grew out of that. His nephew is of course named after the father, who is probably also called Clovis, but under another name. So this Louis. He's probably not even close to being one of the top 10 of richest people in like the original here. Well, I can say that the avatar making would be would be very fun, because well, they're really nothing special, are they? Probably use Mr. Stagg over here because his hair is at least interesting enough. Of course, originally he was wearing the same hat because his hair is lightly on fire. That isn't a good idea. Well, hopefully I remember that when And who knows, I can still change the thing, but yeah. The problem is Plastic Man wasn't a super villain at the beginning of his career, or at least in Croc. So yes, now he's the head of the company. And likely not really a super villain in this case, but more, yeah, a J.J. Jameson character. So yes, I think a few super villains are his fault as well. But who knows? Uh, I'm done with this. Hour out. Oh, not hour out. Next time we're going with an support cast on the Green Lantern side in this case. And it isn't feasible. No, 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 no. Was a villain, and that's a female. Yeah, I'll you know this next time. Hour out.